Hello, 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 Sagittarius. The energy of Sagittarius. That is what we're doing. You will be the last reading for the day. I have decided, well, the forces have decided. It has come to my attention. Anyway, Archangel Michael, please protect us as I channel the energy for Sagittarius. And, yeah. Sagittarius, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I have the song by Whitney Houston, With Somebody Who Loves Me. I want to feel the heat with somebody. My voice is no good. This is not my career path, or I would not be sitting here. Somebody who loves me. Somebody who... Anyways, I don't know what that has to do with a Sagittarius, but as I was saying in other readings, wow, like the whole sage just completely burnt out. So let me grab an incense really quick. I was saying in a couple of the readings how in one of the readings, I think from about 2 weeks ago maybe, I said I would stop doing signs. I think it was during initiation and activation reading. Heavenly felt like I'm being called to be completely and utterly authentic just in every facet of my life. And so therefore I just feel like it's confusing when you tell somebody, okay, like this is the energy of Sagittarius, this is the energy of Leo, but then at the same time, people are thinking, oh, we're talking about zodiac signs here. Well, technically we are, but just because you're born under the sign of Sagittarius doesn't mean that you may have a message here. You could, maybe you don't, but more likely we can talk about the zodiac personality of Sagittarius. So I'll do that, and I'll try to do that, and it'll probably be quicker each time. But again, I talked about this in my last two readings about this fire and how fire has been so, I mean, it's just been a thing. And I have such, I don't know what is going on. Like the torch, like that has been a symbol. And, you know, I was talking about in another reading about how, you know, we experienced a fire, and ever since then, I've been like feeling like I have this thing with fire. Okay. But so I'm gonna let this do its thing over here because I don't want to get burned. I feel a little distracted. So Sagittarius, those in the energy of Sagittarius, I don't know if you feel a little distracted. I don't want the incense to burn all the way down. I mean, if there's a clearing, there's a cleansing of your energy. Obviously, so I'm thinking, let me see, this happened in somebody else's reading as well, and I think it was Pisces or Cancer. You'll spot it right away if you want to check to see if there's some kind of connection there. But, you know, we want to go ahead and take care of this fire and make sure that it goes out. We're not supposed to blow on things when it comes to spiritual things. We just let them burn out. Okay, and so I do see a phoenix rising from the ashes as well. And it was funny because last time it was the sage, this time it's the Palo Santo. So like there is a clearing and cleansing of your energy. And there is triumph at the end of it. And so speaking of the zodiac personality of Sagittarius, you know, there is a big claim to self-expression, self-reliance, and an endurance about people in the energy of Sagittarius. There's an independence. There's also a hint, I would say, of emotional intelligence, compassion. There's an honesty that you could get from a Sagittarius, especially when they're high vibe. Okay, but if we're talking about a low vibing Sagittarius, it can get a little bit tricky. They can be clumsy, they can be overconfident, they can be insensitive, they can be blunt. They can also be superficial, careless, impatient. Sometimes they miss the details. Like, it seems like Sagittarius could be detail oriented. However, sometimes if they are being stubborn or demanding, they'll miss the fine print. Okay, so maybe Sagittarius are telling you to be attentive to the fine print. So they could be talking about a contract, they could be talking about a partnership. There is some kind of there's some kind of legal issue that maybe arises or is coming to a close. The clearing, the cleansing. So things may be coming up from the past, secrets being revealed, but also the ability to create. You will find this newfound ability to create, and it feels like your challenges, your frustrations, your psychological blocks are all being cleared, and it's being cleared. But I do feel like there could be the wrath of the God here coming through with a breakthrough for an awakening. That way you can embark on whatever enterprise is going on with you. Remember that the true strength of those in Sagittarius energy is that they have a true vision. They have a persistence, survival, a self-reliance, and a need to show others that they really and truly care. And sometimes the only way they know how to do that is to be completely and utterly authentic, where some may think that they are overly confident, superficial. So, I mean, you could be a person who's completely and utterly misunderstood, and that, I mean, you'd be right up there with Scorpio. So it looks like the fire died down a bit. So that's that. Let's see what the runes have for you, Sag. Let me go ahead and cleanse real quick. So a clearing and cleansing, constantly removing those parts of yourself that conflict or bring you some sort of negative reaction, some sort of force. Finding that true strength in yourself and trustworthiness, and also at the same time protecting you, protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting your prosperity, and also watching out for humanity, right? In the sense of mankind, the self, but also your friends, your enemies, your social, and creating that social order within that circle that you have, or that you want to create. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what the runes are going to tell us. Ooh, protection. Just like we said. We have Algiz. And Algiz is, the symbol for Algiz is a massive elk. And crazy enough, I was looking at, my husband was showing me this elk video like last night. And I was like, what in the heck is that? And he's like, it's elk. Because, I mean, I kind of was like, is that deer? But, like, they were just way too big. I think they're related, but, like, don't quote me on that. I didn't look it up. I don't know. I can't tell you. However, like, the symbolism of elk is the protector. But also, like, these elk, like, when you get in their way, like, you're about to get stepped on. Like, do not get in the way of an elk. And they run 40 miles an hour. So, like, once you get to where it is that you need to be, it's over. Like, don't get in Sagittarius's way. But then also know that you're protective. So if somebody tries to overrun you or tell you can't do something, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, but come from a heart center, okay? Use that heart center. So that's what we have as dilemma, is protection. And that it could be because if you are very high vibing, you're going to have to find those boundaries, okay? Well, we have mankind. So right here, your factor. So you have protection and you have mankind. So protection, be that elk with yourself, your friends, your enemies, and within that social order, right? Within that society, within that circle. And that's what we have for the dilemma and for the factor. So let's see what Ascended Master, what is the message, just a general message, you know, besides following your heart and just really coming from a place where you should be coming, aligning yourself perfectly how you need to be aligned, showing that authentic self that you should be showing. And so let's just see what message they have for you, Sagittarius. Those in the energy of Sagittarius. If you haven't liked, shared, or subscribed, or commented, please do so. That way we can have an equal exchange of energy. And thank you for watching. So we have, you can use some crystals for protection. You can be using some onyx. Onyx is completely black and shiny. Don't quote me on that, because there's obsidian and onyx. So sometimes onyx, I think, does have lines. So onyx or obsidian. I'm pretty sure this is obsidian, okay? I don't know. You could have some body image issues, or your body image could be a factor in your confidence. They're telling you here to take charge of this situation. So whatever situation the dilemma is creating in, remember this is a general read. So we have the self, friends, enemies, social order, protection. So take charge of the situation. And then, I mean, we have Moses here, and Moses was one of, you know, the prophets that was chosen by God to be a leader, but didn't want to be. And so, you know, he really struggled with that. You could be having some interruptions, or somebody really needing to speak to you, but, you know, take the chance to first meditate and contemplate and really pray about what it is you need to do within that dilemma. Okay, so let's see what your advice is, Sagittarius. What is Sagittarius's advice? What do you have for Sagittarius? Source, Archangel Michael, please protect us, and Mother of God, Holy Spirit, those of the highest order of light who walk with me every day. Thank you for being here today. Archangels. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes. So we got Janet here. So maybe just looking at things from the perspective of just the way things go. Just be protected and just go with the flow of it. And really, I mean, meditation and prayer does bring answers, but there is a call to patience here. Yeah, look at that. Water, go with the flow. You could also be dealing with a water sign. And then we have purity. So, I mean, that explains the fire, the purity. Then you have the water, you have innocence, but then you also have, you know, a call to that. A call to that, a call to going with the flow, a call to making sure that you're maintaining the purity of who you are, the authenticity of who you are, but also really honing in on those emotions. Sorry, I have to answer that. That's my child. Just gotta let them know I'm doing readings. Taking the time out to just really, you know, not worrying about what other people are going to think, because there for a minute I was like, dang, should I even answer that? Like, yeah, I need to answer that. Like, I should answer that. I shouldn't worry about what other people are going to think on camera. Like, is she on her phone? So maybe really and then gauging it. Like, first I read the message. Like, does it need an answer? Like, just gauge it, Don't worry about what other people got to say. Let's see what else they have for you when it comes to water and purity. Let's see what else they're pointing you to, Sagittarius. Communication and coherence with a hint of delight. So just know that you have the capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight that you feel and the more delightful that you are, you bring that delight to others. It's just about really understanding what you are communicating within yourself. I talked about this in another reading about mind, body, and spirit, and how that is coming together for you. And the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing. So, it's talking about how you must protect yourself from others, but also, are you also protect others from yourself, especially if you're in a low vibe, which from time to time that we are, like we all go there. Protect yourself and protect others from that by just taking a step back, going with the flow, and looking for pure thoughts, pure intentions. Why am I saying this? Take charge of the situation. Protect yourself energetically, protect your mind, protect your spirit, but then also remember that coherence is going to help you harmonize and understand when things are coming from a heart space or they're coming from your ego. So you're able to create the reality of who you are through your own desires. And that is, pretty much sums up how is the best way to, kind of hone in on that dilemma. But they're just giving you mind, body, and spirit, how to bring that all together and how to be in unison, not only with what's going on around you externally, but like first internally. Okay, so let's see, there's one more here for energetic, and then we'll get your new moon in Leo message. Yeah, you can control the deception and envy, but it's definitely around you. And you see where that fell right there in coherence. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be around you. And because it's not what you attract, but it is when somebody's high vibing, like there's always going to be somebody new or something new that comes up to test if you're prepared, if you're ready to take charge. So you're going to always be able to take charge if you understand that you must be a delight to yourself and a delight to others, because at the end of the day, that is where it starts. No matter what's going on, don't let them see you sweat. And you know what? Yeah, they'll be missing you. I'll be missing you. Faith Evans is on. So they're going to be missing you, but guess what? That's not your problem. Okay, let's see. What is the full moon in Leo message? Sagittarius, the full moon in Leo message. Meditate and contemplate. We said that. And a win-win outcome is forecasted. You could be dealing with a Libra, or it is time for your justice. Okay? So, that is going to be what your full moon in Leo message is. A win-win outcome is forecasted. Keep working on whatever it is that you're working on, because I know you're always working on something. And, honor your accomplishments. And also push yourself to understand that you are, in this moment, a phoenix rising from the ashes. And you are trustworthy, you are strong, and you are reliable. So take them down. Be that elk. I hope I helped heal at least one person in the world today. And Sagittarius, I sure hope it was you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Bye.